I'm gonna need someone to explain the lore behind bank chests. Like, is there some kind of lore to these? Like, why am I able to access all the items in my bank from this random chest, kind of in the middle of nowhere? Like, I don't know. Has anyone ever asked this question? I'm just curious, you know? What's up, guys? My name's Local. I'm trying to reach RuneScape's endgame while juggling real-life responsibilities. From a full-time job to starting a family, my goal is to show how it's possible for anyone to accomplish their goals in RuneScape with a little bit of perseverance. Alright, let's kick off the Herblore grind with 89. I've already messed this up pretty bad. I have no idea what happened to 88. I might have got it during Mastering Mixology, but I also apparently didn't bother to record myself getting the goggles. But that grind really sucked. But let's get to it. Alright, so let's do a little weekly recap. It's been a super busy week for me. It's currently Thursday night. Got family pictures tomorrow. Had the day off today, but I was out with my dad golfing. Lifted some weights with my brother. We're going to be watching 2001 A Space Odyssey tomorrow, so lots going on. Not as much time to play this game as I would have hoped. I feel like I would have had 99 already if the week wasn't so busy. But I've actually also been working a little bit on some construction on the side, so we'll run over that in a bit, but that's why I'm not where I wanted to be with Herblore. But again, this is a super quick skill, 91, so let's go. This was recorded Monday morning that I got to 91. I didn't really start it until Sunday because I spent almost all of Saturday doing Mastering Mixology. As far as my method goes, I decided I wanted to do stamina potions, which all you gotta do is get some amylase crystals in the inventory with 27 super energies, and you just use it on them. It's AFK. You can get up to like 280k. Realistically, I was probably getting like 150 or 92. I'm just yapping so much that I'm almost missing some of these. Anyway, I'm more realistically getting like anywhere between 150 and 200k XP an hour, which really isn't bad, I really can't complain much there, but I actually ran into a pretty big problem with this. You can actually only buy 2,000 super energies at a time, 93 Herblore. Anyway, yeah, you can only buy 2,000 at a time, so I fly through that in like an hour or two, and every 4 hours you can buy 2,000, so the solution I kind of came up with for that was to, you saw that in the last clip, just actually make the super energies, but I don't know, it's definitely not nearly as AFK, didn't love that as much, but hey, 94, so that's good. But yeah, I definitely was running into the problem of not being able to buy enough potions. So I decided I wanted to start farming again. I think once I'm like maxed and I'm working on my rebuild, I want to start pet hunting. I think that's like my next big overarching account goal. And so I figured I might as well start the pet hunt now. I didn't realize that like how good seaweed was. I heard that seaweed was like best in slot. For the farming pet, but I didn't realize it was like 1 in 7,500 as opposed to like 1 in 200,000, which I don't understand why that is, but I'm not going to complain about it. So, been doing my seaweed runs. So I almost missed the clip of this one because I was talking to my coworker when it happened. Thankfully, I started recording 95. But yeah, I've been doing my skilling here at this island because of the seaweed runs. Unfortunately, definitely not as cinematic or cozy as some of the other bank spots, but it's I don't know, it's not too bad. There's 96. I don't know about this format, guys. Just kind of running on. I've got a lot of talking to do. I'm doing a little bit of Saradomin brews because I feel like I was really falling behind there. So I just did this to speed it up while I can't buy any more super energies. And I'm back to the staminas. I was just scared, man. I was losing so much money. I was not very smart in doing this. 97 Herblore right there. I was not very smart. I decided I wanted to do both construction and Herblore at the same time. So So I bought all the planks for construction, but because of that, my cash stack is sitting under 4 mil right now, which is kind of rough. So let's talk about construction real quick. I'm currently sitting at 95 because I have been working on that a little bit this week. Figure out a way to to tape my keyboard down and just hold the one, so it's very easy to do while I'm watching TV with the wife and stuff. Hoping to finish that soon, but I was doing this on a device that I'm not able to record on, so I don't have any footage of any of the levels. So what I did was ask ChatGPT to generate some photos for me of me getting those construction levels. So here they are. Alright, well you guys let me know what you think of my first montage, but in the meantime, 98 Herblore. So before we move on, I wanted to talk a little bit about priorities, and this isn't just about, in-game priorities, I mean like real-life priorities. I've seen a couple of comments lately that are like, oh man, like this guy is definitely putting in like 8 hours a day. If you're actually a working dad, you definitely wouldn't have time for any of this stuff, and I know it's not really smart to address like every negative comment you see, because I really don't get a lot of them, which again, I'm very grateful to you guys for. There has been a lot of great support, but I think this is something that's important to talk about because of the nature of the series is, showing my perspective as someone who is, starting a family and has a full-time job and is able to achieve those goals. And I think something I want to reiterate is that the entire point of the series is to show how to find that balance. I think there is a natural difficulty that I run into with this, and I don't want to show too much of my personal life because, again, the focus is more on the game. I try to talk about things that, are going on that are maybe preventing me from doing what I want to, but ultimately, again, the focus is on the game itself. And another thing, too, that I want to mention is that, 90% of my footage is on mobile. I mean, frankly, if mobile didn't exist as a platform, I would never even consider maxing my RuneScape account. I would never waste time sitting at my desk training things like Herblore and, really, all of these skills. I mean, skilling is awful. It's designed for mobile, frankly. I wonder how many people have maxed only because mobile exists. Because again, really, it's true. I really don't have 8 hours a day to sit at my desk. But again, when it comes down to it, like I'm doing almost all of it on mobile, on the side. Maybe while I'm at work, right? Because I don't have to pay a lot of attention to my screen. But I love my family, right? I love spending time with them. So definitely want to get that out there. All right, so with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about Leviathan. I haven't been posting a lot of Leviathan because I simply don't have a whole ton of updates. I'm still stuck at this boss, and it's driving me as crazy as ever. But I figured we'd at least go over some kill count updates and collection log updates and stuff. But here we go, real quick. 2,500 kills with a PB, minute 6 fight. That was kind of insane. But yeah, 2,500 kills. That's the pet rate. So yeah, that's fun. But anyway, on to the collection log update. We are sitting at 2,834 kills with no lore and no pet. Now obviously we are just barely dry on the pet, but being this many kills in without the lore has definitely been mentally torturous. It's funny because I always make fun of Iron Men for creating their own suffering, but I definitely did this to myself, and it was pretty bad. But you can see, we're still getting drops, right? I'm now sitting at 2 masks, 3 robe tops, 4 vestiges, obviously a ton of ingots, ton of orbs, All of those orbs are from Leviathan, by the way. Someone in my clan chat said, oh, I wish once you finally get the lore that we could see, you know, the loot from that many kills in Runelight. But honestly, I've actually been doing this boss for over a year now. I recently re-downloaded Be Real, that social media app. Some of my family was wanting to get me back on it. But I re-downloaded it, and the last Be Real that I had posted right before, like, stopping was, I believe, July of last year, and it was, the Be Real was me at Leviathan. I don't know how many kills I was this time last year, but it just goes to show I've literally been stuck here for so long, man, the pink prison. But, you know, we're still getting some okay drops here and there, which is nice, so definitely making a little bit of money, but there's like so much hinging on this drop as far as my account's progress goes that I would just love to secure it sometime soon. But, you know, anyway, I think that's all I've got for you guys this week. I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate the clan, the Dadscape clan, for letting me in there and showing me what a good time it can be. No 99 this week. I ended with 98 Herblore. I'm training it right now while editing this. I have about 855k left. So, you know, next week's episode will definitely start out with that Herblore 99, and maybe we'll have another one. But again, yeah, just a very busy week for me personally, which, again, you know, that's totally fine. Obviously got some good progress on construction there as well. So, again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You have a great weekend. Bye.